Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's another video and I'm so excited for this particular one because it's about my school days, my tertiary school days. So it wasn't long ago. I've written few points so that I don't be all over the place. So let's get right into it. So before I continue, for the longest I wanted to leave home because all my school I've been home, from home to school and then back to home. So I was so tired, bored. My senior high school I went at the same time I was born. So you can imagine I was so sick and tired of home. So when the admission came, I actually picked a place far away from home because I didn't want any visits. I wanted to be on my own, see how I'm going to be on my own. So my dad was like, oh, you should pick closer by so that we can visit you frequently. I said, okay. I actually picked two places, one far away and then the other close to home. And God being so good, I had the two admissions. So I had to explain to my dad, I wanted to be alone. The course was better at the because, I had to convince him, and then he finally gave in. So I was so excited. And then the day came. Not even the day coming, but as we were getting closer to the day I'm supposed to report to school, I was so scared. I was now frightened. I'm going there by myself. This is my first time leaving home and I'm going so far away. So the day came, I went with my mom because it was my first time leaving home. I was so scared. My mom being so good, she went with me, and then so the place was far. We took a bus, my mom and I, and then it's like 8-hour drive or something, or even more. And then so we finally got there. I was so scared, tensed. I wasn't even looking around. The place was so big. I was scared. So my mom did the registration for me. I was hidden somewhere, drowning in my sorrow, but I couldn't even speak about it a lot because I insisted I wanted to leave home. And then now I have the opportunity, so I don't have much to say. So my mom did all the registration for me. Funny thing happening, the guy doing the registration, thought I was a boy because of my name, Mercedes. I don't know where. He thought I was a guy, so he gave me the guy's room, like rooms for the guys. So we walked all the way to where our rooms were. I went, opened the door. There were a few guys there, like a whole lot. What is happening? So I was so scared. What is going on? My mom was with me, and then so the guys were all laughing, you can imagine I was already tensed, and then they were all making fun of me. Hey, so what is going on? And I said, they said this is my room. Obviously, this is not my room. So they said probably I should go back and then rectify the mistakes and all that. So they were making fun of me. Imagine, I was already feeling terrible and they were making fun of me. We had to walk all the way back to campus to rectify the mistakes. And seriously, so we went back, my mom and I. This time I went with my mom. They saw me. They said, oh, obviously, my girl, sorry, please, sorry. I was so annoyed. And then, they gave us another room. We went back. This time was upstairs. So the guys were down, the ladies were up. So I went to my room. I was the first to go to my room. Out of all of my roommates, I was the first. We opened the door. So it was 2 beds actually, top and down, so 2 for each bed, basically. So I took my bed, I took the one closer to the door just in case anything happens at the school. I took the one closer to the door. I was so scared. Then my mom and I cleaned the whole room. Actually, my mom did all the cleaning. I was so tensed, she saw it in my eyes, so she did all the cleaning. We heard the bell ring. It was time for dining. I told her I'm not hungry. She insisted. She wanted me to go out. I said I wanted to come and see the world, and now I had the opportunity and I was trying to. So she insisted I go for dining. I took my bowl. And you can imagine my bowl had ears. My sister bought this bowl for me. It had ears all around it. So it was funny the way it was shaped. I had to pick this bowl. I wasn't even minding the bowl itself. I took it and then went out of my room. I met a nice lady. She was actually the first person I spoke to. And then we became friends. So we went to dining. It was rice balls and then groundnut soup. Up till this day, I don't like that. I think it's because of my experience. It was my first food I ate at my college, so I wasn't. Up to now, I don't like rice balls, so I brought it in. My mom forced me to eat. She said I wanted to explore and I had the opportunity, so yeah, I ate it and then we stayed in. Not like about getting to 7 o'clock p.m. We had a knock, we opened the door. One mate was seeing like a room member. So she introduced herself. She was so excited, like full of life. Opposite of me then, I was like drowned in sorrows. So I introduced myself, and then she asked my mom, so what course are you offering? And then I said, this is my mom. She came with me. Said, oh, so you brought your mom. Then I knew it's time for my mom to go before they give me a name. So and basically everyone around, they saw her together and they thought she was a post-basic because we had post-basic students over there. So I knew it was time for her to go. So she stayed with me the first night, and then the second day we went out to explore. But actually I was thinking of home. I was sad thinking of my sisters, my dad. I miss them already. And it's been one day. So we went around to explore. We went to the library. She took me to the library to know where I think the books were kept. Seriously, she wanted me to study. So we went to the library. We greeted everyone there, and then we went out to the administration, did my registration. Some like other parts of the registration I couldn't complete the other day. So basically, and then yeah, so anyone who sees that is my mom. So what is she doing here? Why did you bring her? Seriously. So I knew it was time for her to go. So I think she took the night bus. We said our goodbyes. I was so seriously, I was crying. She told me, oh, so are you crying? I said no, but I knew deep inside me I was crying. It's obvious. Obviously I was crying. There were tears dropping down. So she left, and then I went to my room thinking my roommate was there. When I got there, she was about leaving. So where are you going? She said, oh, I have friends around, so I'm visiting them. I think I'll spend the night there. So I think she had lady friends around then. So she had to go. I have to be by myself in this big school in my room, the only one. So she left. I immediately locked the door. I went to bed. I prayed for like 100 hours. I don't think I stopped praying till I slept. And immediately I woke up, I would pray again, because I was like, God was my refuge actually. So things went on. I think the next day the others came in. So we were supposed to be 4 in a room, but well, I don't know. We were 3 at the end of the day. We had one senior lady and then another junior like ourselves. So we were 3 in a room. And then, funny enough, I was offering the same course as my roommate, so it was easy. We went to lectures together and then came back, figuring things out. She was already acquainted with the place. I think she grew up there, so it was quite easy for me actually. Basically, like knowing the place and all that. So I was so excited, and then now I was getting to know people, greeting, being friendly. I think I was so tense, but I was loosening up a bit. And then they organized programs. SRC did so well for us our year. They organized float. It was my first float. I had to dress up in my jeans and then my sneakers and all that with few friends I had, and then we had to float around like from a distance. So we started from the school with music and others. They were initiating us basically into the school. I think that those things really helped. I partook in every activity. I wanted to be happy. Indeed, I wanted to like branch out of my horizon, and I had the opportunity, and so I didn't want to I wanted to take my chance and then see what happens. So we went for the float, enjoyed ourselves, came back, going for lectures here and there, studying really hard because my mom called, my dad called. I was studying. I didn't want to disappoint them, so I was studying hard. And then so I think SRC week, association week, those things really helped. Actually, it really helped. We will go for floats, as I said, sometimes dressing crazy with different lipstick up and down. Sometimes it was really interesting. Sometimes I feel like it's only in school that you experience such a thing. When you come out, you'll be working and all that, you won't even have time. And even if you have time, who are you going for floats with? No one, basically. Your friends are out and about. So you see, it was really interesting. And now, so I became happy. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was easy, but then I became happy gradually. I got to know people, and then church really helped as well. CF, so they came to introduce themselves. Christian fellowship every first Sunday of the month. Basically, we had to. I think my school, they are one thing I would say about them is prayers is number one. Actually, I didn't know, so I thought it was going to be chilling and all that, but prayers was, anyone who knows my school knows that. Well, you should ask around. Prayers is their number one. Most students, we all pray, and then I think sometimes they even pray more than studying, which I think was bad. But then prayers is never bad. You should prioritize. So after praying, you should study. It's really important. You shouldn't pray and then go to your dormitory and sleep. You won't pass. So, and then for the studying aspect, I had to apportion my time. Now you don't have any manager, you don't have your mom around, so you can basically do whatever you want. You deem fit. You can do whatever you want. But then this shows the maturity in you actually staying on your own. So you have to do your timetable, know when to study, going for dining. Now dining, the weren't even ringing bells. So if you don't know the time for dining, well, your food will be shared immediately when the time is due. You should go. So I apportioned my time. Like seriously, I was so proud of myself because I did so well. I apportioned my time for friends, time for studying, time for everything, basically. So it was easy. I think it's good advice. You should, in school, you don't have, no one is going to do that for you. Lectures, you can decide to go or not, but then you should pass. They are marking register, so you'd have to pass, and then you have to be in class frequently. You can't absent yourself. I'm sorry to say that you can't absent yourself. You have to be there. So it was interesting. I am so glad I went to school. School made me a better person. It's a nice experience. First of all, it was scary, but then it was interesting. I met amazing people from church, class, dormitory. It was interesting. And then living with different people with different personalities. I think it actually makes you a better person if you pick the good aspects of it. You shouldn't be moved by the crowd because your friend is doing this, you have to do that and all that. You shouldn't compare yourself because we are all coming from different backgrounds. Some are extremely rich, others are mediocre, others are poor. So you have to imbalance. You should know where you are coming from and then what they are expecting from you. So you shouldn't even compare yourself at all. So it was interesting. And then what else? Friendship. I made a whole lot of friends. I'm so glad I went. I'm so glad. And then so before, I think initially when I started school, if you had asked me my experience or what I thought, I would say it's the worst experience ever. But then after everything, sitting here right now, I think it was really good. It was really good. And then you should listen to advice. You should call home regularly. And then I think the first week or so, first 2 weeks or first month, I was calling like every day. I'll call like 3 times: morning, afternoon, and then evening, like lunch, supper, breakfast. I'll call, and then I'll be complaining, doing this. But then my mom taught me one thing. She said, I'm there now, so I should bear with it. I should endure it and then try to make the best out of it. So, which I did. And then I think I was so happy. Sometimes I won't even call for the whole day and I'll be cool because I was now so happy. So the experience was good. It was interesting, guys. It was really interesting. I'm so excited to share this experience with you, my friends. I can't mention your names, but I think you are watching. Thank you so much for the experience. I love you all so much. And then I didn't think I saw fighting. People were asking, so did you fight at school? No, not that I remember. I'm not really the fighting type. I would just walk out if I think the situation is unbearable or I'm not able to handle myself. I'll just walk out. That's what I was taught. And then later on we can probably talk about it. But then I wasn't the confronting type. I'd rather keep quiet and then put everything in me. I won't even. Basically I didn't even care that much. Actually, I had other focus, so I didn't even care that much to fight. And then ladies, living with ladies, no matter how much you try to hold yourself, sometimes it's really difficult. I know it's really, we would have maybe probably one conversation or so, but I think that was even second year, but then it wasn't anything serious. I wasn't the fighting type, arguing. I would actually argue, but then I won't fight. Probably arguing on politics, movies, music, who is the producer of this and what's happened, stuff like that. But then Basically, that was it. So thank you so much. And I can't finish this without talking about my association and then my church, GAMSU. I was a GAMSU member. It was a nice experience. I went for size for the first time. I think the whole 3 years I was there. Third year, I went for size. Students in community evangelism. The experience was magical. It was so magical. I'm glad I took part in that. So it's like an evangelism program. So we went and then into a village. I've forgotten the name, but then village in nearby my school. So we went there for I think 5 days and then climax the whole thing on Sunday. Evangelizing, going from home to home, teaching them, talking to them. We had scriptures written and then sharing the gospel with them. Basically, it was interesting. And then school also made me know that I was capable of some leadership positions. Yeah. So I didn't even, things I thought I wasn't able to do or I couldn't do, school made me know that I could actually. So I did. So I'm so excited for school. It actually makes you a better person. So children, stay in school. Stay in school. So it's another end of one beautiful video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Give this video a big thumbs up and then like, comment, and again subscribe. Thank you. Bye.